Hi folks, happy Friday. Today we're going to talk about why climate change is bad. That might be obvious to a couple of you. We're only going to be going through a couple of the reasons today. And we're only going to be talking about a couple. There's a lot. There's a lot of reasons that we're not going to talk about today about why climate change is bad. I am going to focus on just kind of some of the more well-known ones / ones that I think are really applicable to us, people that live in Minnesota, people that live in the Midwest, that type of region. What are some big things that we are going to have to be dealing with? But in truth, there's a lot of things that climate change is going to do that is going to affect the world a lot. Bigger hurricanes and tornadoes. And just stronger storms in general. We're going to have to deal with species dying. We are experiencing the 6th great mass extinction. Just incredible numbers of life on our planet are dying off right now because of climate change. Those are just a couple of the things that I'm not going to be getting into as much in this video, but they're still very big issues. All right. So let's start off with the obvious one, the one that a lot of people are familiar with. As the atmosphere gets hot, sea levels will rise because the ice caps are melting. So why is it a big deal if sea levels rise? Well, you tell me. Let me zoom in on this picture. What's up with that bridge? What's up right here? What's up with this bridge? What's up with some of these buildings? If you kind of zoom in on these buildings, what's happening to them? Yeah, they're flooding. Buildings, cities, people that live on the coast, their homes are going to get flooded. Now you may be thinking, whew, whoopsie daisy. Thank goodness I don't live on the coast. Well, those people have to move somewhere. Where are they going to go? Millions of people live on the coast, and millions of people are going to have to move as climate change continues and as the ice starts to melt. The Twin Cities is already experiencing a housing shortage. I didn't know if any of you knew that, but I thought I would mention it. So we already don't have enough houses for the people living here. Imagine if another million people move in because their homes in New York are now underwater. Where are they going to go? Where are the people that are currently living here going to go? It's a nightmare. So, why is it a big deal if sea levels rise? What's another problem? Viruses. Viruses are a problem. Guess what happens as the world gets warmer? Viruses. Yeah, no. See, viruses actually, they like warm environments. And, a lot of virologists predict that as the climate gets warmer, viruses are going to mutate and spread better. That means more epidemics, where there are viruses that just shut down entire countries, or pandemics, like the one we're in right now that shut down the entire world. Personally, I'm not a virologist, I'm a chemist. So this is not, virology is not my personal area of expertise, but I've talked to people where this is their area of expertise. And we think that COVID won't be the last pandemic we'll have to deal with. Before we're in the ground fertilizing daffodils, there's going to be another one. It's just, if you look at how well viruses can grow and mutate in warmer environments, and that's the direction the Earth is headed right now, there will be more of these, and we're going to have to learn how to deal with them and fight them. So, what have we been talking about for these past couple of minutes? Go ahead and summarize in your own words. What's going to be happening with viruses as the world gets warmer? They're going to spread more. They're going to mutate more. We're going to have more of them. We're going to have to deal with it. You thought that was bad. Millions of people having to move, viruses infecting countries. again. It gets worse. So it turns out when things get hotter, things get drier. Prairies become deserts. Forests become fire hazards. There's less water. What needs water to survive? People. People need water to survive. Do plants need water to survive? Do animals need water to survive? Yeah. Is there going to be enough water for all the people, plants, and animals? Maybe. Maybe not. But what's definitely going to happen? There's going to be water shortages. There's going to be food shortages. Because there's only so much land, there's only so much water, and the clean drinking water that we have, the clean water that we can use for farming and feeding animals, it's going to start to dry up. And we're going to have to deal with that. Like I said, there are a lot of reasons why climate change is really, really bad. I'm going to give you one more, just in case I haven't hit it home hard enough. Can you guys spot the difference between these two pictures? It's the lights. The lights are on in this picture. Granted, car lights are still on in this picture. If you were wondering what this kind of blur is right here, that's cars moving along a highway. Cars run on gas, oil, which, by the way, burns greenhouse gases, which makes climate change worse. So the one thing that is working in a disaster is the thing that's making that disaster worse. Great. And I say one thing, one of the things that makes climate change worse is cars that burn gas, which that's what most of them use. But yeah, all of the lights on in this city are out. Millions of people live in that city. They don't have power. They can't heat their food. They can't power their phones. They can't use their phones because they can't use their internet, I guess. They might be able to use their phones for a little while, but they can't use their internet because their Wi-Fi is down. Can't turn on a TV. You can use a laptop until the battery runs out. You can use a flashlight until the battery runs out. You can't charge any of it because there's no electricity. And there have been blackouts that have lasted days. What do you use electricity for in your life? Go ahead, just think and jot down what are some of the things that you use you use electricity for. I imagine you guys use electricity for a lot of things. So why do blackouts happen? Well, and why does climate change lead to these blackouts? Basically what happens is when it gets hot, people turn on their air conditioning. Because it's hot. Well, air conditioning uses a lot of energy. And if the amount of energy that we use exceeds the energy we are producing, the entire system shuts down and we get a blackout. No one has power until the system can restart. No power, no electricity, no lights, nothing. Do you know what very important building needs electricity to keep people alive? Hospitals. Hospitals use electricity. Hospitals have a backup generator. Most hospitals have a backup generator that can last in between 1 and 3 days. That means it has enough power in it. It's like effectively it's like what produces the electricity that we're using right now, just on a much smaller scale in the building itself. In case the main city's generator dies down, the hospital does typically have a backup generator. But that generator will only last anywhere from 1 to a few days. There have been natural disasters, there have been blackouts that have lasted weeks. And there are people in hospitals that need electricity in order to be alive. It sucks. It sucks. Climate change is really bad. And that's just some of the reasons why climate change is really bad. So what can we do about it? That's what we're going to be focusing on Monday. What can we do about it? What can we, because we don't want to have to do this. We don't want to have to live through this. So what? What do we do? We're going to be getting into that particular topic more on Monday. If you want, feel free to work ahead. I'll have the video for Monday up as soon as I can. But take some time and think about just what can you do to reduce your carbon footprint. Think about things that you do that maybe produce a lot of carbon. Driving, meat, eating meat. That's a big one. It's weird to think about, and I'll talk about it more on Monday, but meat is really bad for the environment, and I'll explain why more then, and what we can do to, make the climate a better place and save our world. Sorry to leave you guys on such a down note on a Friday. Like I said, the Monday video is a lot more uplifting, a lot more hopeful, but it's really important that you guys understand this is going to be a part of our future. I need you to know that. This is not something that's just made up. It's happening. The greenhouse effect is real. And it makes sense. Okay, cool. I'll see you more on Monday. If you want, wait until Monday to watch the Monday video. And have a great weekend. All right. Bye, folks.